Good evening, Mr. Romany Rye. Well, today I'm overwhelmed by the lovely comments people have sent to me. Now, a while back, I put out a bit of a shout out for some help regarding a friend of mine whose girlfriend had a massive brain aneurysm. Now, she wasn't getting the care that we thought she should have at the time. And I put out a plea for somebody who would have knowledge of the care of this condition for help. And you know what? A fella wrote to me today and he said to me, please send me your details and I would like to donate for the care of that lady. I welled up, to be honest with you. Lump come up in here. What a lovely man. And sir, I thank you if you're seeing this post from the bottom of my heart. And then I had another man come on there today and talk about the old times and how things used to be. Now my grandfather, old grandfather Clarence Ware, Crarik, Sunday, Redruth, Camborne, they love that man. Now, we used to get a lorry load of wood, he did, sent down from Lostwithiel, and sometimes we used to go and get it. But a man called Stan Phillips up there used to sell all his wood all over the county. And my grandfather would have 10 ton of rings sent in. Fair old bit of wood. Anyway, he'd pay somebody to split it up. And we'd go out every Wednesday and Friday with the lorry loaded. Greedy boards on the sides and probably 6 bamboo baskets. That's how you used to sell it back then. And some people, you know, couldn't pay. And my grandfather would not stop him having the wood. He used to say, you can't pay? Right. He'd get out a little book he had there, lick the end of the pencil like that, and he'd write the number of the house in, pay next week. Lots of times he'd done that to people who didn't have nothing. And my father was the same one. Never a greedy man. And never a man to mock anybody else who didn't have nothing. Never in my, and nor me, never in my life. Anyway, my grandfather would be going down there with his lorry window wound down and his bell out the side, ringing the bell. Fire logs, and he's bellow right out down through. And the people used to come out to the pavement. A lot of the time, see, the people used to come out with bags of rags. And my grandfather would have hold the bag and judge it and say, right, whatever. Give me a shilling or a tanner and the rags and you got your wood. But one old ratty, he must have had a soft spot for her or something, called Mrs. Harris. She'd always come out with 2 bags of rags. Now where she got it from, I don't know, because it was every single week. She must have went to the charity shop and they give it to her or something. Whatever, anyway. And we'd pull up on the side of the pavement. She would be out there with 2 carrier bags, boy. And then she said to my grandfather, like a cup of tea, Mr. Ware? Yeah, Mrs. Harris, please. Yeah, lovely. And I said to my grandfather one day when we was on the way home, I said, Grandad, I said, what you have of Mrs. Harris? I said, isn't enough to cover the wood. You know that, didn't you? That's right, my boy, he said. Don't you worry about Mrs. Harris. You leave her by. And whether or not he had a soft spot for her, I don't know. But the whole Ratley every single week. But he would not let anybody go cold, see? That's what he was like. And I thought today, what a lovely gesture for that man to say that, like, you know. So it brings me really to today, because I'm of the age group where I have something in my memory to compare things to, like a shilling, 5p, 2 and 6, half a crown, 25p. All of that, you see, I can relate to that. The youngsters of the day, you can't say, oh, they're this or that. They don't understand because they can't relate to what it was. Same as all we growing up on Jackie's dump, up at top of Lanner Hill there, Rough Street. My cousin Harriet was talking about it the other day. Go up to Jackie's dump, you don't know what you'd find on that dump. But anything you found, you see, was always worth a shilling or two. And if you had a shilling or half a crown back then, you had enough to do anything. So yes, they was the good old days. And there are the times that, you know, you remember. And people have been on here saying about their memories. But all we lot, really. Tommy, Freddie, Patrick, Joseph, all Uncle Joey's lot, Harriet. We all been up on Jackie's dump before now, picking up whatever we could find. So we know what it's like to go on the dumps. But back then, see, it was all right. But yesterday, I had two things happen to me yesterday. I had two bookings over the weekend because we had to cancel because of the rain, but these people wouldn't cancel. I had a fella turn up here with his wife, who turned out to be Ernie Richards' daughter. She come up with her man and stayed, and he's a man that's right into lorries, and he knew about the old lorry that I had here, and I begged them not to stay, but they wanted to stay, and they stayed in the wagon. That was all right. But the biggest surprise I had was Sarah, my agent. She said, "You've got a man and a wife and a woman turning up in a camper. They only want to stay one night." I said, "Oh yeah." She said, "What do you want to charge them?" I said, "Don't charge them nothing, Sarah." I said, "Oh, they'll give us a good review. Don't worry about it. It's still saturated wet up there anyway." About 5:30, dogs was barking. Up walked this mush, up on the veranda, knocked on my door. I said, "All right, mate." He said, "Yeah." He said, "We're the ones who booked in with the camper. I've been told to come up and see you." I said, "Yeah, that's right." I said, "Go back into your camper." I said, "I'll get in my truck and I'll follow me up to the top." Follows me up. I gets out, left my door open, left my truck running. I waved men around, told them where to park. There's ours standing there, see. So I said, "The toilets and showers are over there." I said, "Will you park here or park over there, wherever you want to park, as long as you don't go on the grass." "Lovely," he said. He said, "By the way," he said, "I got someone in here," he said, "I know you're going to be interested in." He said, "If I was you, I'd go over and turn your truck off." I thought myself, Dodie, what was he going to offer to myself? Anyway, went over, switched the truck off. He went into round to the front of his camper and pulled this photograph album out. He pulled the photograph album out, and there's me. He said, "You don't remember me, do you?" I said, "Tell you the truth, mate, no." He said, "I'm Anthony, Sally's boy." It's only my mum's sister's boy, Aunt Sally's boy, Anthony. Wow, would you ever believe that? And then he had a photograph album there, and he showed me a lot of old photographs that his mother had kept over the years. Because as I've said before, Aunt Sally's not very well at the moment, and nor is his dad, Uncle Alan. Not very well at all. But what was the chances of that? Look? Two people from my part of the world. Good old Cornwall Red Roof. So I couldn't really believe it. But it was a nice surprise. Really was a nice surprise. So for now, tonight, I'm going to say, from the bottom of my heart, I thank the people that have wrote to me today. Thank you very much. And I got a lot more tales to tell yet. So it's bye-bye from the Romany Rye. And I'll catch you next time. God bless.